Hello, Monsters Band here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3, part 7 of my Kugath campaign, where last time we managed to get our little quest item there. We fought off a Kislev army, and I'm just going to leave Tzeentch for the moment, because frankly I've got bigger problems down here. Kislev are starting to be a pain, and I think we need to send them packing. So what we're going to do is I'm going to wait to see if these guys take Frozen Landing, and if they do, then we're going to go and take it off them, and then we're going to use that as a beachhead to finish off the rest of... No, I don't need a non-aggression pact. I've got things to be doing that aren't you, Tzeentch, basically. I'm just going to leave you... Look, if you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. I've got other... Look, you do your thing, I'll do mine, alright? So we can obtain samples, or we can wallow in the filth. I'm going to obtain samples, I think, for that little bit of extra research rates. Have they taken that? They have not. I could come down and take the Temple of Doobie What's-It. Okay, if I... There's a little thingy over there, but too far away to really get it. Never mind. Right, if I come out there, can I land here? I can do. I will take attrition because of that motherland thing. But I think I can weather that. So we're going to head over here. Take a little bit of attrition, but that's okay. We can deal with that. And we are going to... Now, what do we have already? Have we just got the... You know what? I really like the soul grinders. So let's get that to get us ticking along. Good. Okay, and then we just got growth and control buildings, which, to be honest, we don't really need the control buildings. We could probably get rid of them, but the thing I like about it is it gives us a spawn of Nurgle, which is quite useful. And as a garrison, you know, that's going to make that quite tanky, because that's quite a big beefy garrison there. So that's going to keep us nicely defended, keep us safe. So we're going to do that. Right. You, I don't know what you're doing, but frankly, as long as you're there, you are a good target to harass. And hopefully that will make these guys like me more. And then they will keep you off my back for the moment. We also have, I think, the Skaven over here. Who likes us, just out of interest? So we have the... Right, you guys. Now, what I do like is we've got the quick deals here. So we can see how likely it is people... Oh, the bear siblings would take... I could offer that, and then I could say, give me cash for it. Because then if they take that, I can be like, yeah. You have my favor. I'm not that invested in you surviving, to be brutally honest. So, we could potentially get a military alliance with these guys. They kind of don't like the same people we do, which is fine. They've taken that, which I'm okay with. Oh no, they've always had that. These guys have got these two, but that corruption must be causing all kinds of issues for them. Because they've got Khorne and Nurgle corruption here, which is reducing their public order by 40, which means they're just going to be constantly under siege by rebels, which is not going to be super useful for them. So frankly, giving themselves those settlements hasn't really helped them whatsoever. That's fine, don't really care. Entirely up to them. Hello, Greasus, how are you? No, I'm not going to give you an aggression pact for shit tons of money. That's not how this is going to work. Okay, nurture the growth. But yeah, we're going to nurture the growth. So taking a little bit of attrition damage there, but that's no problem. It says Pyrrhic victory. Yeah, no, I think we can easily win this one. Time to grind down a settlement. Now, it should be said this map is really quite pretty, although it's also quite dark because it's kind of like in a cave. So you've got this big cave, and then outside, and then you've got this sort of like little port here. So they're sailing through, and this is the little sort of docking bit. It's pretty, very pretty. It's just very dark as well, because obviously when you're in the cave, there's no sunlight. Never mind. Right, anyway, we've got the Plague Toads attacking the Armoured Cossars. They are moving in one little area of the settlement, attacking through one avenue. one entrance. And then over here we have Kugath leading some of the Plague Bearers. We also have our flying units also moving over to this flank, because I think it's probably the better position to attack from. They're building a barricade. I'm going to try and stop them, but we get slowed down. I don't know if that was intentional, that the AI saw me going for it and slowed me down, or whether it was just a happenstance, but still, it gets the barricade built, because obviously if a unit's on top of the barricade, it just can't be built, and we would have let our Nurgling stay there, we wouldn't have to break through it. We have to break through it now. Still, not the end of the world. Crow Botherer is... well, he's got an arrow in him to start off with, but to be honest, that doesn't really seem to make him look worse. And we're taking a little bit of fire here. This enemy have quite a few bows, but the thing about bows is that while they do damage, they have to do more damage than we have health, and that's quite tricky as we lumber our way towards the enemy. Stitch the Eternal, of course, is a little bit quicker because he's being carried by... has he got suspension? God, they thought of everything, haven't they? If it was just one, he'd be bouncing up and down, but he's kind of got a second layer there, so he's got a little bit of suspension going on. That's pretty neat. And some flags, because why not? And there's Cuddles! Lumbering his way towards it, because, you know, of all the units we've got, he's probably one of the faster. Crow Botherer, on the other hand, is very fast, so is murdering these armoured Kossars for us. We've almost taken one of the victory locations. Plague Toads lumbering their way in. The enemy now trying to force their way in to retake it, but forcing a way through a Nurgle line is, well, it's tricky. It is very tricky. And they're trying to do it with cavalry, which is also probably not the best. Probably not the best option. So our Plague Toads holding the line there. We've managed to secure this location, and that's knocked down the towers and defences. Kugath is lobbing Nurglings towards the enemy. Seems to be working out quite nicely. Almost hit Crow Botherer, but that's fine. He's just running around dealing with some of these out-of-the-way enemy units as our Plague Bearers just slowly lumber towards it. You can see these Horse Archers were loosing arrows off at us and have done some damage, but then we've just chased them off to the victory location. Like, if they want to hold this, well, they're going to have to come back and fight us for it. Cuddle's finding some new friends, and it turns out that the Horse Archers do not want that victory location, which means we're going to take that. There's the Death Heads from the Exalted Plague Bearers. They do have a few shots. There is a technology which doubles it, so they will have 4 shots. And the shot's actually quite nasty. It's armor piercing, causes poison, and can do a lot of damage. If you have a big line of Plague Bearers, they will dish it out. Just like the Death Heads, drones of Nurgle just sit above, loosing down some of their Death Heads on the enemies below, doing quite a bit of damage. Getting some heals on there. I mean, the thing about Nurgle is he's just so tanky. His faction is just a super tanky load of boys. Like, yeah, they can shoot us with arrows, but do they have enough arrows? Don't think so. You can see some of the Kossars trying to contest the victory location, but not going to be able to take that in time, and down the towers go. Enemy general now coming into play, trying to hold us off, but at this point, basically, this battle's over. The Furies, you know what, I'm coming round to the Furies. They're actually very useful. I was a bit sniffy about them, but I think the only problem with the Furies for Nurgle is that the building to recruit them costs 10k, and the likelihood of having that up early in the campaign is pretty low. Enemy generals now surrounded by Plague Bearers who are slowly cutting them down. And the Plague Toad. I mean, this has just been a brutal melee over here, but it's one that we really... Nurgle just excels at brutal melees. Like, if you're gonna try and win a prolonged engagement with Nurgle, just don't. Need to finish him off quick. And if you're gonna try and outshoot him, then bring a shit ton of of arrows or missile weapons. Apparently Zinch is like a hard counter to Nurgle because he's got a lot of missile weapon unit, and I guess that is kind of true, but I think that Zinch's shield will wear down quite, and mind you, that could be in multiplayer, which I don't really play. However, the domination mode is supposed to be quite good. Well, the enemy general's down, and it looks like the rest of the garrison is close to breaking. I mean, arrows are great, don't get me wrong, as long as, you know, they actually do some damage. So, let's occupy this. It changes a little bit, to be fair. It's got to be said. Let's go with more control. That sounds good. And we've got assault experts. Yep. Definitely an assault expert. Oh, I did some renames as well. You'll be glad to know. I think I might take this because now we're kind of in territory where it kind of makes sense. And we definitely need some more of that, don't we? So let's go with chance of plague spreading and total favour. We can infect you for the princely sum of 25 infection points, which is great. And we want magical reserves because then we can get arcane conduits, and of course it's going to let us just cast more magic and all that kind of stuff, which is great. Let's get the Gate of Nurgle, and then next level we can get a greater Gate of Nurgle, which lets us summon a great unclean one. Holy shit, very useful. They've taken Frozen Land. Perfect, because then what we can do is we can sweep westward, capture Frozen Landing. Oh no, they still haven't captured. They still got it under siege. Okay, well, we'll have to be careful not to frighten them off. They're skittish. We don't want to scare them away. Oh, look, it's Katarine. Hello, Katarine. Okay, these guys are chill. Are you at war with those guys? No, you actually quite like them. Okay, no problem. I'm going to send you down here to keep an eye on these greenskins. I'm not particularly invested with dealing with them, to be honest. I just want them to leave me alone. I want to deal with Kislev, not the greenskins. You know what we could do? No, we can't do that this turn. We can't spread more than one plague at a turn. However, what I want to do is spread a growth plague. Hey guys, no, I'm not. I'm happy with our just normal peace deal. I don't want to pay you a shit ton of money for more. More chance of plague spreading, which is always good. Did the plague spread? Have you taken the settlement yet? No. Okay. Well, we're going to wait for you to. Do that. And I'm going to bring you down here to keep an eye on these guys. Now, public order here is probably going to be pretty bad. Chaos corruption is, well, our corruption is increasing. Is what we want. And let's spread a little growth. So we want that one because that's going to increase growth. Cycle time for military buildings wouldn't be the worst thing to have, I guess. Do you want to do that? Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Hopefully that'll spread and we'll get some extra growth. 5 more turns. And what is our growth at the moment, actually? 250. Yeah, that's pretty good. Growth being supplied by local Nurgle corruption. That's right, brought to you by local Nurgle corruption. We don't really have frozen. Well, no, that's true. We do. We do. I mean, replenishment's always going to be useful for Nurgle because, of course, his units start off damaged. So having access to that is really good. So we're getting 20 from military presence, which means without military presence, that's obviously going to be less good. Because we get -6 for Nurgle corruption. We're being raided as well because these guys are in our territory. However, I'm not necessarily totally... You can't tell an ogre camp to get lost, unfortunately. So we're just constantly being raided there, which is not ideal, but not much I can do about it. So I'm just going to accept that. We'll give them one more. I mean, you know, they've been laying siege to it for a while. I'm hoping they take it. Oh, the Loose Tooths are dead. Glutport has got a plague. Zinch is an ascendancy. As long as he doesn't take more of my friggin' settlements, otherwise I'm going to have to go over there and bop him. Okay, they're going to be skittish. Don't want to frighten them. So we're going to go over here. Yep, that's not great, but I'm just going to... There's no point collecting from that, because it's not really going to give us very much. So let's just accept that as a loss. We could do a little plague. Hang on, have we... How many more do we need? Oh, just one more time, and then we get the crumbling ague. Someone told me how to pronounce that. I know. It's the crumbling shit, alright? The crumbling shits. It's very nasty. You don't want it. You don't want it up you. I know you haven't moved, but that's okay, because if I use you against the greenskins, that'll upset the ogres, and frankly, I don't want to upset the ogres, because that'll cause me some more issues. For the moment... You want me to declare war against those guys? No, because inevitably they'll try and come and kill me. It's inevitable. Look, I'm dealing with Kislev at the moment. Once I've got some more... perfect. There we go. I knew if I was patient they'd die eventually. Okay, if we go here... We can encamp, and then we can head for Frozen Landing. Taking that shouldn't be particularly difficult. And... Right, that's going to happen soon. So, I need you back over here, because I'm going to have to close down some of these portals. I'm hoping one... I think one opens up around here, so we're going to grab this. Fend off any potential Kislev attack, and then pop in. You know what I need? I need another boy, don't I? I need someone to hold off Kislev. Let's get Revel in Malady. We have an outpost available. Then let us construct an outpost. I guess because the Bearsenlings were in there, and now their outpost is obviously gone. It's ours. We can construct one there as well. Sure. Sure. We're good for it. We've got the cash. We can take it.
Sickliness is next to godly.
Rodents. Defensive Alliance for 500 monies. I'll take your Defensive Alliance for 500 monies. So you get an Icon of Great Despair, which is very nice. I'm taking that. Okay, what do we have ancillary-wise? Upkeep reduction is very nice. Movement is very nice. Campaign line of sight I can live without. Income from all buildings is pretty garbage. Because, to be honest, we're moving around a lot. So, it's not really going to be that useful. Oh, hello, Catherine. Okay, we can take Frozen Landing, but then we'd need to deal with all of that. Unless... Nah, fuck it, we'll get him. Let's get him, lads. I believe in us. Right, first off, I'm going to put that on you because you can move really fast. So basically that's just going to cause -10 leadership all around you, which is very nice. And also someone had a skill point. You have a skill point, which we're going to pop in. Rancid Visitations is very good. It's very good for killing enemy characters. What have you got? Vanguard deployment. Not sure that's going to come in that useful. Also, your garrison is already pretty fucked. You do have some Griffin Legion, but apart from that... We shall grind them down. That's pretty much what we do, isn't it? Pretty classic. So we have most of our Plague Bearers heading towards these two entrances over here. And then we have some more Plague Bearers advancing towards this ramp. This settlement's actually a bit of a bastard to fight, because it's very vertical. But good for the old defense, to be honest. So we do have a little defense supply location over here. I probably should have sent some units round to help, but did not. Here comes the Winged Lancers, and I think the Griffin Legion as well. These guys are absolutely fucking amazing. Look at these guys. They just look so good. Everything looks so good. But they have lodged themselves into combat. I think they're trying to get past us, but that did not succeed. We caught them before they managed to get through. And things are now going very south for them very quickly. Meanwhile, Crow Botherer, Hargroth Crow Botherer, is beating people to death with his mace. Scrawny little lad, isn't he? Look at him go. Bless his heart. Yep, that looks like that's going badly for him. Cuddles is moving up to engage some of these Kossars. Should do fairly well there. And the Streltsy have been hit by the Furies back and front, and this has caused them some major issues. In fact, they're getting absolutely wrecked, and the Furies are getting away scot-free, doing a lot of damage to them, actually. So far, so good. Meanwhile, the Rockflies are picking off some of these winged... some of these Kossars, sorry. Getting rid of those guys, as soon as they are by themselves. Nice easy pickings. Do have some Kossovite dervishes heading down towards us. So we lumber into position, and they try and scooch past us. Sort of get a half charge off? God knows what that was. And the Zargard now lodged in combat with Weird Al Stankovic and Cuddles. Cuddles now lumbering over. Again, being one of the fastest units we have, chasing down those Kossars. And good old Crow Botherer has summoned in some Plague Bearers at the top of this hill to engage a lot of this infantry, while the rest of our forces, we try and bludgeon our way through this. They're trying to build a barricade in our way, and frankly, it seems like the Plague Bearers are queuing. We're trying to get through, but we're also being slowed at the same point. I mean, we weren't very fast to start off with. Now we've only got a speed of 17. It's going to take us fucking years to get anywhere. Crow Botherer with the 43 kills, just getting shit done. He's just racing around. He's not complaining about being riddled with boils, is he? He's just getting shit done. The Plague Toads finally turn up. What I should have done actually is sent them over to this supply location over here. I didn't do that. I sent them over to head towards the city centre, or the settlement centre. We've got some Kossars with bows. Streltsy, more Kossars. The Furies are now picking off these fleeing units who are pulling back from this supply location, which we're currently about to take with the Nurglings. Victory is within our grasp, and the Plague Bearers are slowly meandering up the side of the mountain. Look at these boys go. Isn't there a lot of them? Glorious. Nurgling is capturing that for us. Thank you very much. Cuddles dealing with these Kossars. So we've gained the upper hands here. The Zargards trying to get away from us. And we're sending the Plague Toads and more of the Plague Bearers up to the top level of the settlement to try and take it. Oh, we're summoning in more Plague Bearers, and they come from that portal, engaging the Zargards before they can reach the Furies, which is exactly what we needed. And then Crow Botherer are coming in to join in as well. This Fury's really doing a lot. I mean, just where we need them as well. Just getting in there, killing a lot of stuff. They've got very good melee attack, very good weapon strength. Just getting shit done. Just what we need. Meanwhile, we've captured that victory location. Dropping some heals on our Plague Toads, helping out. They then continue to lumber into combat, capturing the top of this barricade, while the Furies then come in from above, and then we have the Plague Bearers continue to hack their way through that Tsar Guards, backed up by Crow Botherer. Fortunately, they are starting to crumble away. Luckily, more Plague Bearers are on their way to help out. Yeah, don't run, guys. I mean, they are running. This is their charge. It's like, we'll get there eventually. Trust us. What is their charge bonus? 8. Wow. I mean, it's something. Summoned in, Plague Bearers crumbling away, but it held on long enough for the rest of our Plague Bearers to turn up. The Furies helping out the Plague Toads there, deal with the last few units. More Plague Bearers now reaching the top of the settlement, and this settlement is basically done for. Furies hitting the armoured Cossars front and back. The Streltsy struggling to contain the Plague Toads. Just hopping around, living their best life. They really do make a mess of enemy formations. Like, it's just... they're just all over the place. Having dealt with the units over here, we now need to take out that barricade to get us further into the enemy settlements. Help out the Plague Toads. We've got summoned in some more Furies. That summon Furies thing is actually really useful. So we've got flying units all over the place. Got this Tsar Guard with great weapons. Look at their paltry 36 weapon strength. Pfft. Pa. Ha, I say. Throwing themselves in against the Plague Bearers. Unfortunately, weird. Al Stankovic. The Plague Toads. Who else we got? Stitch the Eternal. He's leading the rest of these Plague Bearers. Kugath is on his way. This big blob over here. The Furies coming in from behind. And this Tsar Guard is, yeah, in a lot of trouble. In a lot of trouble. And with our characters closing in to assassinate the enemy general, the garrison flees. Yeah, 118 losses is pretty good.
A new testing ground.
Okay, the map's gone weird. That's better. Okay, either Catherine will come and attack us, in which case, I'll kill her, or she'll run away. I don't know what she's going to do yet. Let's go with, you know what, I want to make this army cost less. Mind you, it's only up to -9. -9, and you can get an additional 8% there. So it's not... I mean, it's nice. And we could use it. I just don't know if it's going to be that useful. I don't think we need more ammo. We could get 32 ammo, but I just don't think we need it. Normally defense would be nice, but I think what I want to do is get Inspiring Presence. And, I mean, 12 armor for the Plague Bearers. It's not very much for 3 skill points, but it does just make us that little bit more tanky, and we're already very tanky. Oh, look. Now we can summon a Greater Demon of Nurgle in to join the party. That'll be fun. That'll be enjoyable. And let's get Purple Sun as well, because Vortex has never hurt anyone apart from the people you cast it on, of course. But screw those guys. Okay, let's get the growth there. Let's upgrade you. I think we can probably tax this now, because even if this rebels, I'm not too worried about it. Hello.
I serve only the Ice Court.
What do you think you're going to be doing? I mean, realistically, the only thing you can do is die. Because if you were... Because, I mean, you've attacked me with full stacks before, and that didn't work out. So what do you think you're going to do with that pissable little force? Let's increase the plague duration. Or, yeah, that one. Now we have the crumbling shits. That's what we want. So we can cast this on us for 25 infection. And what this is going to do, it's 5 infections when the plague is spread. So it needs to spread 5 times before it's paid for itself. Increased Nurgle corruption. Plague duration, 5 turns. So instantly that lasts a long time. More Nurgle corruption, very nice. Plague chance of spreading, increase, very nice. Vanguard deployment for all of your units. Yes, please. Experience gain 100 per turn. 35% casualty replenishment rate. And then, on non-Nurgle armies, it causes attrition, reduction in campaign movement range, and attrition while under siege. This is fucking amazing. So instantly, that's going to last 8 turns. And it's got a very high chance of spreading. And it means you can basically recruit units. You can recruit whatever units you like. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get rid of these Nurglings. And I'm going to recruit you guys. Because having some more flying units would be super useful. So we're going to do that. And that is going to be incredibly useful. Just so useful. To be honest, I feel like having that makes such a big change to your campaign. I'm going to say Plague Toads, because we don't have any way of recruiting Plague Toads. Catherine, what's going on, my dear? I don't know what you're doing. Slowly dying, with any luck. Okay, so... we have the Plague spreads, which is good. You know what, I think she's going to... because the garrison here is going to be fairly weak, so I reckon she'll chance it. So if we lay an ambush here, I reckon she'll just blunder straight into us. Let's get the Diseased Grove, because that's going to unlock 2 more building slots for us. It also increases our income by 400. Now, a few people have noted that Nurgle's economy is a little bit... it fluctuates quite a bit. But you do have money on all your buildings. You're going to give me money from... okay, I'll take you on Aggression Pact. Especially for the money. That's fine. I'm busy down here. So you do your thing in Cathay, I'll do my thing in Kislev, and we'll ignore each other. Bloody Sword are dead. Clan Gritters are dead. Upkeep reduction for those guys. Did we have... so when can we upgrade that? Must be a military alliance. Okay. Duly noted. Let's get the strain resistance, because that's more growth in frozen climates, and we're sort of advancing in that direction already. Really? She didn't take it? I am surprised. Genuinely thought she would. Noted. Enjoy being assaulted. Good lads. Phaedrion. Phaedrion! So, I want Arcane Conduit. So that's what we're heading in that direction. I'm surprised she didn't take it. I thought she would. Alright, well. Considering that corruption here seems to be pretty good, public order seems to be fairly stable, I think. So we're going to take attrition damage. Why? So experience. So they're experienced at all. So I think that's one of their like abilities they can do. So we'll take attrition in their territory. The only thing I don't want is for her to sail over here. Is that what she is? Is she planning that? She might be. She might be planning that. So let's go. What do we want to unlock next? This one's quite nice because it gives you that extra growth. So we want palsy. That plague even spreads? It's over there. It's giving us a little bit of extra growth. If I do it over here, because I'm not super worried whether it spreads or not. Let's get chance of spreading. That increases plague spreads. Let's do that. We only need 5, which is nothing really. Spread a bit of palsy around. It's fine, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, hello, Catherine. Hello, my dear. How are you? Oh. Okay, we do have one over there. Excellent. You've run away. That's fine. Right, what we can do is we come over here. We can get rid of that one. We can then march back. Right, so we'll deal with Catherine. And then potentially the dwarves as well. Stitch, getting evasion. There we go. Right. Let's go and deal with you. Pyrrhic victory. Yeah, but I've got Vanguard deployment, you see.
Our enemies are merely specimens. Their corpses.
See, the problem with bows is that you kind of need people at range to use them. Unless you're Legolas, of course, in the Lord of the Rings movies, and then you can just shoot people at point blank range. But, I mean, that's tricky. Fucking wood elves. Anyway, so we're going to... So, starting right up close to the enemy army has its advantages because it means that we can basically just attack them right off the get-go, coming right in there. A lot of their units immediately getting surrounded and basically have nothing left to do but die. Meanwhile, a great unclean one is summoned in to join the battle. There he is, the big lad. He has some terrifyingly disgusting attacks. And he's also an absolute bruiser. Catherine is already trying to bug out of that. We're going to send the Great Unclean One to attack. I just love how meaty he is. Look at that. Oosh. Love it. We're going to have to get some Great Unclean Ones of our own. Should be really good. He doesn't last very long though. He will... Oh yeah, this one. This is yeah. He poops Nurglings on. This guy's getting a shower. You okay? You cleaner? No? Okay. Well, Catherine's in a lot of trouble. She's surrounded. Her army is disintegrating. On the left flank are our Plague Bearers who are attacking. I mean, yes, sure, they can run away from us, but not forever. We've got speed of 34. We've got speed of 23. Yes. I mean, they can eventually turn around and shoot at us. Maybe, if they're lucky. But the likelihood is they'll give up eventually and just engage us. And at that point, I mean, we win. And there we go. They've given up. It's the inevitable. Nurgle is inevitable. I don't think any of these guys got any shots off on us. And the Fury's moving over to help out as well. You can see there's a little bit of a holdout here against the Plague Bearers. The Plague Bearers are more grindy than our other units, and they will just survive, basically. Catherine is trying to get away. Ooh. Yeah, that's going to sting. And in comes Cuddles, Stitch on his Nurgle chair. And lots of death heads being chucked as well. She's trying to slow us down, but really... Ah, this is the end of the line, Catherine. And with the portals pretty close, I don't think it looks good for you for getting a soul this time round. Unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, that worked out quite well, didn't it? I could take the replenishment. Could take the money. I don't really need the replenishment. I've already got replenishment. I've got crumbling shits. I've literally got all the replenishment I'll ever bloody need. Yep, there we go. Like, literally maxed out replenishment. We've got a potion of speeds, and a plague doctor, and a plague ship captain, and we defeated Zarina Catherine. Caused terror when fighting against Kislev, which is a garbage trait, but never mind. We've got a Nurglish zealot. It reduces, or sorry, it reduces the seduce budget for Slaaneshi armies, which means if we engage a Slaaneshi army, they'll have less of a seduce budget to capture our units and use them against us. which is always nice. Because fuck those guys when they do that. Let's get some more armour for our plague lads. I could actually... Oh, we do have more plague. I could... You know, I quite like the Furies. I'm coming round to them, you know. I'm coming round to them. Now, Exalted Plague Bearers are 250, normal Plague Bearers are 150, so it's 100 more. They're quite expensive. But on the other hand, I mean, they do have 13,200 health. Which is just absolutely ludicrous. That's an insane amount of health. 13,200, Jeremy. That's insane. Okay, we're going to close that down. And we'll come back. This is actually giving us more Nurgle corruption, which we've already maxed out. But still, very nice. Very nice indeed. Let's get... more growth. Right. We have a dwarf army heading this way, so we'll see if we can lure that into an ambush. Because if we can, then at least we'll have dealt with both those guys. And then what we can do is we can go and head into the portal and get some... And the nice thing is because Katarine is dead, she won't be able to go into the realm of chaos, which is actually quite useful. Also, these guys.
What will you do for the Blood God?
Tell him hi? I don't know. We have an outpost, which does mean we could technically recruit some.
Prepared. I must restore.
So we've got Spawn of Khorne. Exalted Bloodletters of Khorne. Ooh. Or Bloodletters of Khorne. I mean, Exalted Bloodletters are very killy boys. They're also pretty fast in comparison to our Plague Bearers. They're not as tanky, but on the other hand, they are way more killy. Oh, mind you, actually, if we compare these guys... So we've got 3,700 more health. We've got slightly more armor, more leadership, less speed, obviously, slightly less melee attack, but a lot more melee defense and weapon strength, but less charge bonus. However, my guess is these guys have probably got armor piercing attacks, haven't they? So they've got an armor piercing of 31, whereas our boys have only got an armor piercing of 18, which is less, but still not that much. I think I'll probably take the health, to be brutally honest, but that's just me. Okay, well, we do have a little fleet coming down here. I don't know why they decided to head that way, but we've managed to scare them off. We'll go and close that rift. We've got some more buildings coming up, and we've secured some of the coastline of Norsca, actually, but Kislev? Are we in Norsca? Where the fuck are we? No, we are in Kislev. Yeah, we're Skoramadni, so technically slightly Norsca, but because there's like two. There's like the Chaos Realm up here, and then you have Norsca, and then you have... Wait, no, Norsca's there, isn't it? Where are we? Yes, Norsca. No, so this is... Yes, we've got this. We've got some of the coastline of Norsca. There we go. I know maps and where we... I don't know where we are. Anyway, never mind. That's going to have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.